Okay, we're up in Hamburg trying to resolve some issues that the town wants the owner to take care of. And they've got some parameters they have to follow, and one of them is no vinyl or aluminum or steel. So the existing mansard style facade on the front has got a vertical vinyl on it that's been painted blue. So we need to see if we can exchange this with a shingle just like normal mansards are. If we can put an architectural shingle on here, ice shield it and metal edge it like a standard roof that would commonly be and probably what was up here originally, and then possibly paint the overhangs because they're in good shape. On the windows, what we're looking at doing, because they want everything painted and protected, so what we're going to try to do is take and mill ourselves what do you call it, either hemlock or oak or whatever, to come around this wood, probably ½ inch by ½ inch, and make ourselves an L. And then this would have to be formed with either some sort of plywood or so. I'm gonna have to get my carpenter out here to look at it. So if we go ahead and we make this in the shop to where we can just cap right over it and then just gingerly screw them into the into what we got there, set this into a clear silicone at the glass, and then mortar caulk it at the edge, that would seal that off. The same with the bottom part. It would be nice to be able to use something like an AZAC. That way it is maintenance free for good, but we'd have to get the okay from the town to do that. We can block off this opening, and if it's not functionable, but we got 3 windows on the front that have got like a crown on them. So that's what we're looking at trying to accomplish in the front area, and then the customer may want to look into their lighting situation up in the soffits. But we can get this all protected and that can be painted. On the cinder block, there's moisture that's coming in from the inside here. Oh, we got another window here that has to be addressed. Okay, and capped off. So we're gonna see if we can do that. On the cinder block, and we're gonna replace some crown molding up there. On the cinder block, there's no sense in trying to paint it. It's not gonna hold paint. There's moisture coming in, whether it's from the upper roof, which I would be suspect because there is a seam and a metal edge. I'm gonna go up there and take a look at it. That might be that problem there, but there's something different going on over here. And if it is, and if that is a problem, then we'll address that accordingly, and then it can be painted as long as we can stop the moisture. But if not, it's going to have to be shot over either with a hardy board, a concrete hardy board, whether we can go with a stucco, or if we have to use a clapboard or a vertical. They said no board and batten style. There's an old T111 siding here. It's going to have, the T111's got to come off. It's rotted out all over the place. So we're going to plan on getting that pulled off, and that can be done either with a hardy board or a clad board. We're gonna have to get an electrician to remove these wires and get this all prepped and ready for us to do our work. On the back there's an existing vinyl. We need to find out what they want to do with the vinyl. Okay, and then we also have to address the overhangs. No vinyl or aluminum in the overhang, so we're going to look at taking this all apart and putting all new 2x6 up there, primed and painted, and doing the gutters up there. These would have to be, if we can swap this out for a new 2x6, then we can go ahead and fascia mount the gutters rather than strap hanging. We got to go gutter right from this end cap going across there. The upper dormer needs to be, at least the face of that upper dormer needs to be done to deliver in the lower and then that backside here. So commonly what would happen is this upper gutter would deliver into this lower gutter, and then this lower gutter would come down someplace here to drain onto the ground to get it away from the foundation, or utilize that. This lower gutter should be a 6-inch gutter instead of a 5. Wouldn't hurt to do the upper and 6-inch also. And then of course we've got the existing wood that's on here is a rough sawn wood shake shingle on the upper half. A lot of the paint's off of it. And like I said, we got the vinyl here. We got to find out what they want us to do with that, and a flat roof system on the back. In between the buildings here, we've got a horizontal 4-inch clapboard that is a rough sawn horizontal, and again rough sawn wood shake. and I did see in their notes that rough sawn isn't acceptable, so we got to find out what they want to do here. If we were to do a hardy board, that would give us a little bit of a fire retardant or a steel siding between the buildings, which is what I would recommend. I mean, it's not viewed. You can put a nice vertical steel on here to keep the cost down, because it's not going to be a cheap project anyways. So we'll ask them if we can do that. Okay. Let's go by the front. Okay, up on top of the flat roof, this is all spongy down in here, so water's getting in underneath this flat roof, and it's probably coming in from the T111 here. So that being said, they're probably not going to have much of a choice other than to address this flat roof. The seam that we see the water coming in through is right here. We might be able to do something as simple as seal that seam on both sides, and that might stop that water from coming in there and down into the cinder block. The drain is higher than the roof, so this water has to subside here before it gets to the drain. It looks like everything pitches this way. Oh, there is a drain here. Well, that's good news. So they got a drain in the middle of the building that is not clogged. It's only a 2.5 inch drain. They got a little bit of ponding here. But you can see the wood shakes that we're talking about are a problem. And then of course the option of getting a gutter along here, the option of getting a gutter along this side here and putting a downspout to the far side if we can. If we do end up guttering this apron, which we really wouldn't need to, we do have the luxury of adding more water to the flat roof, but I'd really rather not. I'd rather get this upper roof line delivered over there. Would make the most sense. The wood shakes are going to have to be stripped, whatever we do with it, but as you can see, it is a rough sawn wood shake. And the window trims, hopefully they'll let us at least trim those out with aluminum on these upper windows. So we'll find out. So we're going to give them the option for all hardy board, which is going to be pretty darn close to a steel's cost, and taking care of the front facade along with the other items that we talked about here, and then hopefully we can get some answers from the town as far as what we can and cannot do.